McDonald throws, man open, Dieken, touchdown! Doug Deakin caught it! How about that? He'll never let us forget it. I'll tell you, he'll keep that ball forever.
Doug Deakin has been such an integral part of the Cleveland Browns organization back from when he was a player and then when he moved into the role of a media member and being the color broadcasting guy for how many years. He's just exactly the type of person that you'd want representing the Cleveland Browns organization.
The Browns have been around for 75 years, and Doug Deakin's been part of them for 50 years. I don't know if there's anybody else in the history of the Browns who has that career span in two different careers.
For a lot of us older guys, he's kind of the connection that we have to Cleveland and the Browns. So we're really going to miss him.
Doug Deakin was dependable. And this is coming from a quarterback who needs dependability, especially on that left side. Doug was dependable as a player. He's dependable as a friend. He's dependable as a member of the Cleveland community.
I mean, this guy's been through countless owners, 2 stadiums, I don't know how many coaches. It's kind of like empires have risen and fallen, plans have come and gone, and Doug is still there.
His heart and soul has been Cleveland Browns through and through. From I came in 1975 and witnessed it then, and it's meant a lot to Doug, and I know he's meant a lot to the city through that time.
I came to the Browns in 1970. Doug came in 71, and it was really interesting to see his progression. When he first got in, he was a tight end, and they put him at offensive lineman. And I can remember lining up across from him. He didn't even know how to get in a stance. And he was just kind of looking around. I'm like, boy, this guy isn't going to make it. But within a couple weeks, he started picking it up.
You know, he's the only left tackle I ever knew. He won that job before I got there, and he was there when I left. He was dependable. That's the thing about Doug. I never had to think twice about what was happening on that side, on that edge, on the left edge.
We were roommates for about 7 years in training camp, so I got to know Doug really well. And I had picked up photography, and I was kind of a quiet guy and just liked to look at things and take pictures. And it was kind of perfect for me because Doug was a kind of a look at me guy. And how many times he said, hey, take my picture. If I had $1 for every time, I'd be living in a bigger house right now.
See, he was the greatest pass blocker I've ever seen. Joe Thomas is very good, but if you go back and look at Doug, he was not real physical, not real big, played most of his career around 250 pounds. Doug would come in, and it was like playing the piano. He just dominated everybody and in games.
One thing about Doug is that he learned how to hold, and he was very proud that he was able to hold legally. And, the game changed, right after Doug came in, that they allowed you as an offensive lineman to grab somebody that was right in front of you. And he just took great pride in being able to hold people without being called. To this day, Doug's email has a MEHOLD, MEHOLD on it, as does his license plate. He's very proud that he was able to hold and make a career at being an offensive tackle in the NFL.
My family's had season tickets since 1948. Sundays were a holiday. For home games, you went. For road games, you listened. And growing up, Doug Deakin was a big part of my life on Sundays, listening to Doug and whoever he was paired up with, the great Nev Chandler, Casey Coleman, and then Jim. I mean, that's what I grew up with.
We didn't sit down and really talk the game out a great deal. We really always approached it like we were 2 friends sitting together, and we had seats beside each other, and we were going to watch the game, and we were going to talk back and forth. And it really worked. And we both understood what our strengths were. I wasn't going to analyze the game. I wasn't going to be the football guy, and he wasn't going to be the play-by-play guy. And we understood that we each had our own territory, and we didn't invade the other guy's territory. We respected the jobs each one of us had to do.
On second down, they give it to Green. Green, stutter step, he's through. First down, 40, 45, 50, 45, 40. Run, William, run! 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown! We've been waiting for it to break the big one, but he saved it for the right time. 2nd and 10, turns, gives, Chubb runs, 30, 35, there he goes, 40, 45, 50, there he goes, 40, he's running to the river, 20, 15, 10, 5, touchdown, Nick Chubb!
Is he in the river yet?
He's in the river!
To know Doug is to love Doug. He epitomizes everything we think of when we think of the Cleveland Browns on the field and off the field. When I first started with the team back in 1999, one of the first events that we did was a Special Olympics Holiday Festival. And the reason we did it is because of the legacy that Doug Deakin had provided.
Well, part of it is if you ask Doug to go to a charity event or ask him to do it, he'd go. That's number one. Two, he wasn't after money. In fact, he was interested in raising, I forget how many millions he's raised for Special Olympics. His brother was a special needs kid. And so that was number one, he was available. And two is that personality of bringing others in.
He'll come to me and say, hey, I have a charity auction for this charity. I want to help him out. Can we get the winner and a guest up in the booth for the second quarter? Absolutely. You know, whatever we can do to help him, help the people that he works with, absolutely, we're all about it.
You know, I don't think we've heard the loss of Doug. He'll still be around doing appearances and shows, because if you want somebody to talk about the Browns, you just got to call Doug.
It's hard to think of a Cleveland Browns game without Doug Deakin being a part of it. And it will be very, very difficult for me to look to my right and not see him there, because for 23 years, it's just been amazing having him alongside to call the games with on the Browns radio network. You know, he was a great player, and he's a Browns legend, and he is a great broadcaster that has fit so well with what the Cleveland Browns are all about and connected with their fans. And it's going to be a big adjustment for all of us come next season when he's not there.